What is going on, everybody? It is Handles, and throughout the NBA's history, there have been so many scandals, fights, and other types of controversy involving players, organizations, and pretty much everything. But there was a time when the NBA was actually rigged. Of course, we know referees. Some people like some refs, and while a lot of people hate them because they believe they are against their team. And with all this controversy about referees being one-sided, there was actually a referee in recent history that was fixing games, and that referee's name was Tim Donaghy. In 2007, the FBI opened an investigation on NBA refs, and more specifically Tim Donaghy, after they stumbled upon his name in a more broad crime investigation. It was revealed that he was betting tens of thousands of dollars nearly every game he officiated during the 2005, 2006, and 2006-2007 NBA seasons, and he had been approached by mob associates to work on a gambling scheme. And this report was a shock to the entire NBA. The league put so much effort into monitoring officials' performance and checking that they remain neutral in all games. And while they thought every official seemed to be performing just fine, clearly after this report went public, the NBA had no idea what was really going on in games. NBA Commissioner David Stern said in a statement, "We would like to assure our fans that no amount of effort, time, or personnel is being spared to assist in this investigation, to bring justice to an individual who has betrayed the most sacred trust in professional sports, and to take the necessary steps to protect against this from ever happening again." He called the scandal a wake-up call that says you can't be complacent. And so the NBA started to crack down on every game Donaghy officiated from the 2 seasons he was placing bets on. But a sports betting expert decided to analyze every single game Donaghy worked for from 2003 to 2007. And that expert discovered in 2 seasons that the NBA investigated, which was the 2006 and 2007 NBA seasons, that the team Tim was betting on scored more points than expected 57% of the time. And in the seasons before that, it only happened 44% of the time. It's basically clear, starting 2006, after being a referee for 3 years without any problems, he started to fix games after he started to bet on them. And the expert said that the odds of such discrepancy are 1 in 1,000, and said that there is a 99.9% chance this huge difference would not have happened without an outside factor. Clearly something was up here. There was no way that there was a 13% increase without Tim affecting these games. And people said that this scandal could be one of the most damaging scandals in American sports history. I mean, a referee had just rigged a bunch of games in his favor after he started to bet on them. And that pretty much means, how can we even look at the 2006 and 2007 NBA seasons without knowing the standings? And pretty much everything could have been very different if Tim Donaghy didn't possibly fix any of these games. But later, Tim appeared in federal court and pleaded guilty to conspiracy to engage in wire fraud and transmitting wagering information through interstate commerce. Donaghy told a judge that he used coded language to tip a mob associate about players' physical conditions and player-referee relations. And all this information that Tim was secretly telling a mob associate was all classified. But during this time, Donaghy came out with even more information alleging that Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Sacramento Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers was in fact rigged by 2 referees in the Lakers' favor. Tim didn't mention any names or the specific game, but he said exactly this: "I learned from referee A that referee A and F wanted to extend the series to 7 games. I knew referees A and F to be company men, always acting in the interest of the NBA, and that night, it was in the NBA's interest to add another game to the series." And this raised questions among everyone. He said exactly to extend to 7 games. But the only 7-game series in that entire playoffs was the Lakers vs Sacramento Kings series. And what did you know? The Lakers, who had won Game 6 and extended the series to 7 games, attempted 18 more free throws than the Kings in the 4th quarter, and went on to win the game and the series. This raised a lot of concern and backlash towards the NBA. But David Stern came out and said in a statement that all of Tim Donaghy's allegations towards Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and Kings were indeed false. But now, whether that game was actually fixed, we'll never know. But one team having 18 more free throws than another in a quarter alone would get anyone concerned. But anyways, later it was soon revealed that 80% of the games Donaghy bet on, he got right. So we had to be making tons of money from this, and the NBA wasn't going to just let Tim walk away without punishing him, and decided to file a demand for him to pay the league $1.4 million plus his entire pay he earned as a ref as well as all the money he received from benefits such as food, hotels, and just basically everything he received from the NBA. But in the end, Donaghy was sentenced to 15 months in prison, followed by another 3 years of supervised release, as well as reimbursing the league for 1 year's worth of pay. The aftermath of all this drama caused David Stern to revise the guidelines for behavior for the NBA referees. And even though before all this drama even happened, referees weren't even allowed to participate in any form of gambling, and that includes casinos. And when Stern asked, nearly half of all refs admitted to have participated in some form of gambling, but not towards any sporting events. This caused Stern to now allow refs to gamble in casinos as they wish, but still not bet on any sporting events. He also changed from announcing the referees for a game from 90 minutes before tip-off to now only right before the game starts to prevent any information from getting to gamblers. This entire thing was just crazy. From a referee actually fixing and betting on games, and that same ref accusing Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals to be rigged is just insane. I would hope nothing like this ever happens again. It caused way too much controversy for the NBA, cause if it did, there'd be so much backlash towards the NBA that basically everyone would accuse nearly every game their team lost was rigged. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, I'm Handles, and I'm out.